Because of our increasing desire for fast fashion.
Buying clothes has never been easier. 80 billion items are manufactured every year.
We're putting too much product out there, most of that product ending up in landfill.
So-called fast fashion allows consumers to buy more.
In recent years, environmental activists have been going on about why fashion brands need to be in on saving the planet. They've been propagating for brands to refocus on creating products that are easily recycled, remanufactured, and resold. But more importantly, minimizing their use of new resources. And not much seems to have happened. But while there are many brands trying to save piles of clothes from going to the landfills, one brand seems to be making great strides. Thousand Fell launched in 2019 with a line of sustainably sourced and recyclable sneakers. They created a system where buyers return shoes to be recycled and receive a discount on their next pair. Their founders Chloe Songer and Stuart Alum wanted to prove that their shoes could be recycled over and over again, and still turn a profit.
And so, I was so excited to finally get to New York one day and participate in fashion and retail, but I had also simultaneously grown up in the Bay Area during kind of, the initial eco movement and conscious consumerism movement, and just post, Gore launching Inconvenient Truth, etc. And so I simultaneously had this awareness and knowledge of behavior change and personal behavior and voting and local municipality, the effect local municipalities can and should have on behavior change or larger behavior change like composting, recycling, etc.
But it turned out to be even harder than they thought, because turning old sneakers back into new sneakers is expensive. It's cost prohibitive and not scalable. Looking into the business framework, it's rather obvious why brands like Thousand Fell struggled. Their problem? Delivery and quality.
Everything from collection to product separation to being able to actually trace and track, and then be able to incentivize.
Some brands have put return schemes in place, but many of their outputs are of such poor quality that they simply end up in a landfill. Also, sorting seems to be a big concern too. Determining which discarded clothes should go where is a mostly manual and costly process, followed by the extra work of removing things like zippers and buttons. Which means items can't be shipped one at a time. Thousand Fell was shipping a single pair of sneakers from a buyer's house to a recycler for $13 and paid an extra $7 for each set to be recycled. It simply wasn't profitable as expected, and the dream of reducing emissions from fashion items was again bleak. Until it partnered with a larger venture called Super Circle that aims to solve the problem of getting old clothes out of consumers' closets into the recycling system with ease. Super Circle's approach was to digitize the process as much as possible. It started off by supporting garment return schemes and connecting to their return process to remove stock that cannot be resold to recycling partners. In turn, they offer tracking for brands about where their old clothes end up and data on the corresponding environmental savings. So, moving old clothes out of the closet and into recycling means revolutionizing the process of sorting, shipping, and data processing. So how's Super Circle solving these problems? If the original purchase was made online, it only makes sense that these stores have user information. Super Circle sync with users' order history to get more detailed information about each product. They collect material composition data for each item in order to reduce the need for manual sorting. Each shipment is then tagged to make it easy to get to the right destination and ensure brand traceability. The company has 12 different recycling partners in the US and several in Europe and Latin America, where they send bales of garbage collected from customers about once a month or once a quarter, depending on the volumes. As a bonus, users can earn up to $25 in store for shipping used clothing. So the hunt for an easier way to recycle clothes for brands and consumers isn't far off into the future.